go, give out. Yeah, oh yeah. Get here. Get. Yay.
Flex out in the field. Whew. It's windy out here. I don't know if you guys can hear me. So, fun session. We haven't been out. This is like the first time out for the season after a 6-month layoff because of winter. A little chilly, a little windy. He's enjoying himself. He's actually getting a chance to run. He's been on the treadmill indoors during the winter season. And we're back outside having some fun. When I do my training with my dogs, I need to be breathing like this. That's when I know I'm training properly, when I'm out of breath. You have to be one with the dog. The energy levels have to match. If you want a lot of power from your dog, you gotta bring power. I utilize negative punishment as well as positive punishment. So negative punishment is I'll take away the toy if I don't get the behavior I want, so he doesn't get it. So if I tell him foos and he comes in, but he's kind of crooked, I'll do this, break, yeah, make him miss, and then we start again until we get the behavior we want. And when we get it, boom, then he's rewarded with it. I like to mix it up where I work with no influencing training collar. Right now he's just got a fur saver on, as you see right here. Just his fur saver and just the motivator. That's it. Good boy. Oh. And the reason being is we need to get the dog comfortable as well as the handler. We got to get comfortable working without these pieces of equipment. But then we also have to be tactical about it at the same time. We need for the dog to understand that yes, the reward is there, but you're going to get the reward when we get the desired behavior. So we're not going to use the reward like a lure, like in the way of the food when we use that in the beginning. The reward now is going to be used, or the food or the toy is going to be used as a reinforcer. It'll come after the fact. So once I get what I want, he gets what he wants. Then there are other days where I'm gonna work using positive punishment, where now I have, let's say, his prong collar on, because that's all we work with, and his training lead, which I have here, and we will use direct corrections. So if, let's say again, with the foos, we tell him foos, he comes into position, but he's slightly off, I'll say foos, and then light little nagging corrections until he finds it. So I'll keep popping lightly. Once the dog finds the behavior, the popping stops, boom, we mark the behavior, and then he gets the reward. Now, in some instances, I may not give him the primary reward, which in this case is the tug. I will say, let's say after the correction, I'll probably tell him, get by, and then lots of praise. The reason being is we have to be careful about rewarding the fix, we call it. And that happens. We do it inadvertently. We don't realize. Every time the dog comes in crooked or is not doing it properly, we correct and then we reward with the primary reinforcement. The dog eventually learns, okay, this is all part of the process. So what I'm teaching him is mediocre performance equals mediocre rewards. So in that situation, he's just getting hands-on, lots of praise, and then we do it again. And you know what happens? Every time this dog comes in properly on the third go. When we get it on the third go, boom, then he gets the primary reward. And what happens is there's less corrections involved because now he understands he's gonna have to work extra hard in order to get that reward. And that's how I run my training with my dog. And again, don't reserve your training just for pleasant days. Get outside when it's cold like today, you got some rain happening, it's breezy, especially if you're one of these people that compete, you gotta be ready because the day of the trial, you never know what happens. The many years I've been competing since the early 1990s, there's been times I trial and it started out sunny, next you know we got tons of rain coming down. Some instances they'll stop the trial, wait for the rain to lighten up, and then we start again. And then the odd time we actually work through that. So if you can take advantage of that during the training, your dog is gonna be up here. The dog's gonna be quite comfortable, especially when you get into phases like the tracking where they gotta be concentrating. Now you got all this rain pouring down on them and some dogs, they don't like it, start to shake on the track. And before you know it, they're distracted and they're off the track. So we take advantage of those moments. And again, in the way of the training, it's all about energy. You've gotta be in a good mood when you're training. If I'm feeling a little off, I don't train. The reason being, it's gonna transmit down the leash. The dog's gonna pick up on it. And you'll see his behavior won't be the same. He might be a little off as well. And that's not because of him, it's because of me. Similar to like being in a trial. Your nerves are up, you're anxious. The dog he's performing, but he may lack a little luster. Not like what he normally looks like during training. The reason being is your mind is not totally there. And so now he feeds off of that energy as well. So all these little things we take a look at when we're training. I find through lots of play, lots of engagement. That's why I like to use tugs like this, simply because it allows me to actually engage the dog. And that's what we want. So even as he's lying there, yeah, get by, it allows me to engage back and forth, and then I'll use two. And the reason being, I'll whip one, he takes off after it, then I'll call him back and let him engage with this one. Wow, that wind's really picking up. But yeah, that's how I run my training sessions. I'm gonna have more of that coming out now that the weather's better, we're back outside. We're gonna be doing a lot of different things. The next video I'll probably put out is gonna be with him doing some dumbbell retrieval outside and then some of the 1 meter hurdle jumps. I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Take care.